Well, good morning. Here I am in Rosslare, the south of Ireland. And I'm just 5 minutes ride from the ferry port. And I'm up early. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Just to ride down to the ferry port and get onto the ferry over to Bilbao. Okay, let's go, Tigger. Just along here, I was chatting yesterday to the people that are on a picket line outside this construction site. You can maybe see there, Save Our Nursing Home, day 146. They've been picketing the construction site because it's supposed to be a nursing home and the developer has now decided to make it into something else. And they're not happy. And they're picketing the construction site 24 hours a day in 2-hour shifts. So far 146 days. Astonishing community action. I don't know whether it will be effective. I'll have to check later in the year and find out. So petrol here 184 per litre. I don't know whether it'll be cheaper in Spain. I haven't filled up here. I've got a fair amount of fuel on board. And that's it. That's all I need to do to get to the ferry port. Literally 5 minutes. Bilbao. Parking lane number 8, he said. Well, here we go, getting on the ferry, and the weather today is identical to how it was last year when I was going that way and getting on the ferry across to Wales, but today I'm going that way and getting on the ferry to Bilbao. That ride last year crossing Wales was the wettest ride I think I've ever had. So I'm hoping that when I get off this ferry in Spain, it'll be a slightly different experience. So this is my little cabin where I'm going to be for the next 24 hours. Well, I'm not going to spend 24 hours inside the cabin. There's no window for a start. Comfortable enough, got my own shower room. There are 4 bunks, but I've just got the place to myself. And this is a good chance for me to talk about where I'm actually going. So
obviously sometime tomorrow I'll be in Bilbao in northern Spain. From there I'm going to head south through Portugal and Spain. I've got a few detours planned along the way. Always love a nice detour. And eventually I'll get to the southern tip of Spain. And from there, that's where I'll change Tigger's tyres, because the tyres he's currently got on will be worn out by then. And then I'll jump the ferry across to Ceuta. And Ceuta is the Spanish colony on the northern tip of Africa. From there, it should be fairly simple to cross into Morocco. It sounds really adventurous for me coming from Scotland to get all the way to Morocco, but of course the Spanish riders that I'm going to meet, it's an hour on the ferry, so they'll pop across for a day's ride in Morocco. It's really nothing to them. Morocco should be fairly straightforward for me. If I get further south than that, the next territory is Western Sahara. Now, Western Sahara is really just one road with desert to the left, Atlantic Ocean to the right, and a 400-mile hop between petrol stations. That will bring me to the border with Mauritania. Now, if I can cross Mauritania, the next country south of there is Senegal. Obviously, you can read books and you can see YouTube videos of people who are riding their motorbikes all the way down to Cape Town. I'm not even going to attempt that. Most of them are a third or a half of my age. I know my limitations. So somewhere around there, I'm going to have to turn back and head home. Heading back north, back into Morocco, cross back into Spain, and then I'm going to ride through Spain, over the Pyrenees, through France, various detours planned along the way, and eventually jump a ferry across back to the UK. So that's as much of a plan as I have at this point. I don't know how much of that I can realistically do. I don't see why not, but you never know. Things can happen when you're travelling, and things can happen when you're travelling in Africa. So quite where I'll get to, where I'll turn around, and where I'll come back, we'll see. We'll see. I don't see why I shouldn't do all of that, but time will tell. Good morning from the Bay of Biscay. I'm just tucked here into a little corner out of the wind. The sea's as calm as a mill pond this morning, and it has been all night, so an easy crossing. The sun's shining, the breeze is quite warm, there's no rain, and we'll be pulling into Bilbao in about 3 or 4 hours.
There we go, look, there's sunshine. This is the port of Bilbao. Got to remember to ride on the right hand side of the road. But at least the ramps are not wet and slippery here like they are in Ireland. Irish bikers, of course, they're going EU to EU. I might find that because I'm not EU anymore, I might find that they want me to take my helmet off and whatever, I don't know. We'll see. So here we are on our way out of the port in Bilbao. It feels hot already. I've already taken a couple of layers off and I've changed over to my summer gloves. Tigger's dash says 18 degrees centigrade, but it's warmer than that, I tell you. And I just have to remember to keep to the right hand side of the road. Crowds of people here in Bilbao football colours, all looking out at the river. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe the football team's coming by on a boat. Well, clearly there's a football match on, and I've arrived here at just the wrong moment for me because half the roads are closed by the police. So I'm not quite sure how to get where I need to go. I seem to be going round in circles. Well, after going round and round in circles in Bilbao for a little while, I needed to get petrol. So I've just filled up, and it's a wee bit cheaper here than in Spain, which is a good thing. Now let's see if we can find this hostel and hope that my booking is as it should be. I've got a few doubts about it, but we'll see when we get there. We are here. I believe they have a car park, which is there. Okay, let's see.
Well, made it to my hostel in Bilbao. Tigger's parked here, hidden away under his cover. It's actually quite a nice hostel. Not expensive, clean, and they offered me free breakfast. I have to share a room, but that's fine, it'll be okay. I've got a lockable locker. And I'm going to walk into town now to go and have a look round. This is the kind of thing you can't take account of when you're travelling. Bilbao football team won a major championship on Saturday. They decided to have a big celebration on Thursday. That's the Thursday when I'm here in Bilbao. I was hoping to visit the Guggenheim, but the Guggenheim is closed because of all of this celebration going on. And I'm not even sure I'm going to find anywhere to get any food or drink because the whole place is in utter chaos. Oh well, that's the fun of it. I think really I'm going to have to admit defeat here in Bilbao. It's just no way I'm going to see anything interesting on a day like today. Apparently the team are going to be coming up the river in a boat and then doing some kind of presentation at the town hall. It's all fairly good natured, but utter chaos. Well, so no Bilbao art gallery for me, no wandering around the old town taking in the sights. I had hoped to stay 2 nights in Bilbao just to get a feel for the place, but I can't even book a room for tomorrow night. So all I can do really is move on tomorrow and leave Bilbao for another day. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.